Hello everybody, welcome to the Distaste. I am the fucking coolest dude you've ever seen or laid eyes on. Dalton died, that is my name. How's everybody? I gotta turn this down a little bit, goddamn. How is everybody doing today? This is episode 21, maybe 22, not sure. I recorded an episode with my wife last week, as I stated previously, but and I've been kind of busy. It's been her kind of birthday week all week long, so I haven't really been able to, not that I've been doing like a plethora of things for her, but on the weekends have kind of been Trina time the last couple weekends. So, yeah, really haven't had much time to edit together the shows, because during the week I'm with the kids, and they take up all my fucking time. So, yeah, it's just been, it's been slow moving on this last episode, so I apologize for that. I will get moving on that a little bit better and a little bit quicker. I should be able to get that one out this week, maybe next week. Maybe that one will be 22, and this one will be 21, or that one will be 21, and this one will be 22. I'm not really sure yet. I'm figuring it out this week. I'll figure it out. So when I start editing this one together too, so that I don't get too far behind, then goddamn, I'm fucking 3 weeks behind. But how is everybody doing this week? Oh, I've had a pretty good couple of weeks so far. How about y'all? Everything been all right? Everything been going good out there? I know things are crazy as always. But yeah, this week we, like I said, last weekend was, or 2 weeks ago was my wife's 30th birthday. Wow, it's been 2 weeks since we recorded. That's right, because last week we couldn't. I couldn't. And so, yeah, 2 weeks ago we had Trina's birthday episode, and we came on here and recorded and talked about what we did that day, and I'll save that for that episode. I don't want to talk about that now and then do that on that episode and then be like, what the fuck? So, yeah, god damn it, I don't have my charger cord to keep this going, but whatever. So yeah, we had her 30th birthday, but then last weekend, we had her big 30th kind of like fiesta, her quinceañera times dos, minus dos. We had her nerdy 30, she kept calling it, because she's a fucking nerd. But no, she kept calling it nerdy 30, dirty 30, which I agreed sounded stupid as shit. That's my dirty 30. What's dirty about it? That's not even what I like. I just don't like I don't know. It just, maybe it's because everybody says it, you know? Oh, it's your dirty 30. It's your dirty 30. It's my fucking 30th birthday party. Grow up. It doesn't need a goddamn nickname. But, yeah, I didn't think I was going to have such a strong stance on dirty 30. But, you know, here we are. So, yeah, she had her nerdy 30. She wanted to keep calling it. And so, it wasn't very nerdy of a party, though. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to call it the nerdy 30, you got to be like, have Star Wars or Star Trek or something nerd culture. Hers was all typical female 30-year-old shit. All nice, all lovely, all wonderful. Very beautiful. Her sister set it up. Shout out Autumn. Her sister, who when I was testing out this equipment, I recorded a couple like practice little sessions with. So anyway, shout out Autumn. Autumnal Mead, as we call her, as everyone has always called her since birth. Autumnal Mead. Do you have an autumnal mead? One autumnal mead, please. That's been a joke. Because her name's Autumn, and I come up with funny nicknames for people, and it was between that or Slutum, and I went with autumnal mead. But anyways, so yeah, she set it up. Shout out Autumn, thank you again. That was fun. She set it up at a winery. I mean, it wasn't what I would have done. I would have had like, I don't know, dirt bikes, fireworks, fire, things exploding, maybe tits. You know, fire and tits is a guaranteed for a man's party. Maybe a gigantic slip and slide, like an adult size slip and slide would have been fun. Let's see, a lot of things I would have done. She went with a sweet little venue, a winery, Dragonfly. Shout out Dragonfly Winery. I sure as shit hope that's what it's called. God damn it, I keep talking away from the mic. I apologize, folks. I hope that's what it's called. Dragonfly, Dragon Wizard, Dragon Wine, Dragon, Flying Dragon, something like that. But it's a cool little winery. They got a little badass setup on the back porch there. It's a tiny little winery. It's not like Napa Valley or anything like that. It's like a field. And then, but this cool little outdoor area, a seated area where you can sit and, you know, talk about sex and host swingers parties, I assume. And yeah, so we went there and she had all her friends there, and and all that. It was super sweet. It was so nice. It was just so lovely and calm and chill, and there was fun little games that we played, which, by the way, I got a bone to pick. She had this game there where you had to pick things that happened in 94 before it or after it. I can't remember what the fuck it was. There was several games, all centered around 94. One was like, Jurassic Park, before or after. This, did that happen before or after? And then there was all these like real-time news events, and then it was like, was that the German Chancellor, the Prime Minister, or this? Or was that, who was the German Chancellor that year? And 3 out of them, she got wrong. One of them, she had, who was the German Chancellor in 94? Merkel, which Merkel didn't come in until 2005. And then, what was the other one? Oh, shit. Oh, she had, what sitcom came out that year? And it was between Friends, Seinfeld, and King of Queens or something. I don't know. And How I Beat Your Mother or something. And she had that Seinfeld was the right answer, which is incorrect, Autumnal Mead. It was 1989, I believe, or 88 maybe, when Seinfeld came out. 94 was Friends. I think you'll find. Next time, do a little bit more research on your little quiz thing. Or maybe you were... No, that wouldn't make sense because it was 2 wrong answers, so it wasn't like she was reading the wrong answer. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened. You got some faulty tests. You got some like Dominion tests. You got some great value tests. You got Walmart brand tests. Not really. You got like Wish, Temu. Is that the new one, Temu? I remember when it was Wish for like 3 years, and then now I guess it's Temu, which is like the same thing. I don't know. I read a report somewhere that said that Temu is legit and that they're just hemorrhaging cash right now. But it's just to build up the brand and create awareness for them, I guess. They're just kind of like what do they call that? Like tech startup, kind of just blitz the market type thing. And so yeah, I don't know. I was talking about birthday parties, ended up on Timo. So yeah, we're at the winery, and it was a pretty sweet little setup. Had little games there. Some of her friends brought their fucking kids, and but they weren't that bad. They were actually kind of cool and fun, and they stayed out of the way for the most part. As soon as we started getting real drunk, as soon as things started getting real wild, we were like, all right, no, not really. We never really got that shit faced. That was for later, because after that we went to a pool party, which, I don't know, it sounds like we're 9 years old. But, hey, the pool party might have been the coolest part. You know? If you can't have the slip and slide pool party, that works. And so we went with that and went over there and had a grand old time, played a bunch of beer pong, and my wife was acting like a drunk idiot and doing synchronized swimming. She was buzzed. So it was like, her legs were like this. Did we do it at the same time? Was it at the same time? Was it good? Next day she said, I was a synchronized swimmer. Yeah, you were, babe. Sure thing. I couldn't tell the difference between the two of you. I didn't know who was between you and that 40-year-old hairy-legged man. I couldn't tell which one was you. That was one of our buddies that was out there with her. He was doing handstands in the water and doing his leg things around. But anyway, so we had a grand old time. It was fun. We got wasted, or I did. I didn't. She didn't either. I feel bad for her. Sorry, babe. You should have got wasted that night, and I feel bad that you didn't. But we went back to our sister's house, and I didn't feel real well. God damn it, this is a common theme, I'm noticing. But I drank too many twisted teas again. I gotta stop doing that. Well, and I had a bunch of wine at the winery, too. A bunch of sweet-ass wine, because I can't drink that liquid wood dry-ass bullshit. What the fuck? Why do you want a liquid that tastes dry? Huh? Can I have food that tastes like air? Huh? I've always said that about white wine. Chardonnay, tastes like liquid wood. Oh, and then sometimes you'll go and you'll read in the wine stores. You'll read in the wine place on the little cards that they have sometimes, or whatever the fuck they are. They're probably digital screens now. When I was a kid, they were little cards that we had to put on the bottles. I had to put them on there because we owned a liquor store. And it would have like the remarks. My mom just cut them out of magazines, like a serial killer. And she'd put these little reviews that came out of Wine Majestic or Wine Sommelier. And she'd put them on the bottles. And they always had these funky ass reviews that were like, oh, this wine was exquisite. It tasted like it came from the dirt of the Nippy Valley or the hills of Chalocatasochole. And I was like, ugh. And I remember one, my buddy Justin called out to me specifically. He's like, yo, come read this one. And I remember it said it had undertones of, what was it? Earth and lead. I think it might have said pencil lead, because how the fuck do you know what lead tastes like? Maybe it said pencil lead? Which again, I'm not exaggerating. It was funky to where we were like, is this a joke? Who puts this on a wine review and thinks someone's going to go, ooh, give me that, yes. Pencil lead, you say? Tell me more. Say no more. You had me at pencil. You had me at lead. What the fuck? So yeah, wine always has... Winos, y'all are a weird bunch. I remember when I was a kid, they said that about alcohol. It's an acquired taste. Like, who fucking made you acquire this? Who the hell held you down and said, you're going to acquire this taste? Or maybe life was just so miserable back in the day that it was like, anything. What's that taste like? Ether? Give it here. Who gives a shit? I need something to fucking break up the doldrum of this existence. Oh my gosh. Huh? Gasoline, you say? Fuck. Oh, what is that? Oh, it tastes like bark and leaves mixed with... I'm trying to think of a bad berry. Mixed with artichoke? Hand it over. I'll take it. I'll take it. Ugh. So, yeah, I'm a sweet wine man myself. I like them to taste like Capri Sun or apple juice. Grape juice is technically a wine, right? Well, I guess it doesn't have alcohol in it, so it's just grape juice. Maybe wine is technically just a grape juice with alcohol? I don't know. Do they make alcohol-free wine, like NA wine, like they do beer? Anyway, so we went to a winery that had a lot of good wine that was delicious, and I drank too much of it, and maybe it gave me a stomach ache. Sorry, I was off mic for a second there. I'm trying to remember the Joe Rogan fist rule. Not that one. That's a different fist rule that me and my wife have. 2 fists only. Anyways, we were at the winery, and it was fun, and I got a little too drunk or a little too buzzed there, but we were having a fucking blast. Me and my wife were laughing and high, and I've got pictures of her that I'm gonna beat off to a lot. God damn, that woman looked good. And she was wearing this cool, like, normally I hate them, but it was like a romper kind of thing, but like a long-legged one thing. I don't know what the fuck you women have names for these things. I know you do. So it's probably called like a Klugel strap onesie or something. And she was wearing one of those, but it looked great. It was all, I don't know, it was just great. It was just great. It matched her skin tone perfectly. Good job, babe. You look good. And Daddy was excited. I took all the photos. I'm like the token photographer guy. I walk around looking like a psycho idiot. I'm just walking around like, hi, I know, this is weird, I know. I'll act like I'm not here. I have to do that. And I don't look that bad. I try to look cool. I'm usually wearing sunglasses, and I'm like, just pretend I'm not here. I go very John Wick. What? No, that's, I guess, Clint Eastwood. Anyways. So I try to linger around. I try to be social, too. And so, yeah, we had a good time. I got a little too buzzed there. Then we went back to the pool party. I was able to party a little bit. They were having a better time than I was because I was, like, in the pool queasy as shit. I had to go running in a little bathroom there and throw up. And when I mean throw up, I went in and I was like, painted the walls and then just hauled ass. Not really. And I made it to the toilet like an adult. Or if I didn't, I would have cleaned it up and made sure no one ever knew. And, except for y'all folk. Except for y'all fine folk. I tell y'all anything. And, yeah. So, yeah, we had a good time. It was fun. She got to celebrate her 30th. I was afraid that I didn't do enough for her on her 30th. So I was really glad that her sister kind of stepped up and put this whole party together because I am not a party planner. I'm just a little bitch with certain things. I would be a terrible, terrible, terrible entrepreneur because sometimes I just don't, not sometimes, all the time. It's a constant battle of me just trying to ignore every single problem. And being an entrepreneur, I believe, is like nothing but problems. You're basically a firefighter at all times. And, oh, God, I would run away from every fucking problem. They'd be like, where's Dalton again? Like, doesn't matter. We're bankrupt already because we had 16 problems yesterday that he fucking ignored. So, yeah, I might be a terrible tech entrepreneur or entrepreneur in general. Unless I find something maybe I care about. Like maybe this. Maybe I found the thing that I'm willing to be like, yeah, like my boss is about everything. But, yeah. I don't even know how I got onto that. Hold on. How the fuck did I get to that? Alright, now I remember where I was at. So, yeah. Thank you to Autumn for setting up the party. Because, like I said, I was afraid I didn't do enough. The elephants, well, you'll know this by then, but I took her to an elephant park and let her ride the elephant and let the elephant ride her a little bit. And, yeah, she had a good time. She was soaking it up. I was trying to let her get all the elephantness of it. You know, just soak it all in, baby. Soak it all in. I don't have anything like that. I wish I did. She loves elephants, man. Loves them. I mean, she would like to look at elephants as much as she can. We have elephant things lying around. There's a big elephant head over there. Not full size, of course, but like the size of like a baby elephant, or like it's a full size African elephant's head. Bust. But miniature. Does that make sense? Fully grown, I should say. So it's got tusks. But she loves them. She could look at them all day long. My mother was like that with cocks. No, with actual roosters. And she would put roosters up everywhere. I've got elephants up here just because she's bought them for me. There's elephants over there. Elephant over there. I don't get it. My sister-in-law loves turtles. Obsessed with. She's got a tattoo of a turtle. My wife has a tattoo of an elephant. I just realized I forgot about that. God damn. I don't have any animal that I'm obsessed with like that. I don't know what that is. There's something that says something about me that I don't identify with any animals that I think it's just, I think dragons are awesome, but those aren't real. Lions are cool, but they're also kind of like bitches that just lay around like fucking losers all day long and let their wife go out and do shit. And then there's tigers. Tigers are pretty dope. Maybe I could identify with tigers, because tigers are fucking cool. Oh, can a tiger kill a lion? I think it can, actually, right? I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm going to act like it can until I find out otherwise. Yeah. Tigers can... oh, fuck yeah. Tigers would fuck up a lion. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you 100... I'm going to be like Joe Rogan. 100%. A tiger will jack a fucking lion's lunch. You kidding me? Lion sitting there... Tiger fuck his ass up. I think so. They're way more agile, although a lion on the move. Although female lions kind of act like tigers. They're all fucking cats, which is kind of makes cats cool. That is the one part about cats that's bad as fuck, is they're all like little savage murderers. We had a cat in California when I was a kid that was a fucking serial killer. Would leave disemboweled... I mean, everybody that's had a cat's probably had this, but would leave disemboweled cats at my doorstep. Would drag them inside the garage and then mutilate them, I feel like, because there was no blood tracked in. Would drag them into the basement or garage and then slaughter them at the footstep into the house from there, into like the mud room or whatever they call that, utility room. And, or would leave at the back porch. We had two sliding side glass doors, one in front of my parents' room, one in front of the main living room. And he would leave the body at one and the head at the other. Like a fucking straight up like apocalypto Mayan warrior. Like, do you like the sacrifice that I have left you at your doorstep? At your feet, master? Yes, I am cold and I don't talk to you and I resist your affection. But I love you. And I have given you the severed head of my own enemy. They're pretty badass. They're pretty badass. So yeah, any cat's kind of cool. And, but, again, I don't give a fuck about them. I mean, they're also kind of feminine. Any cat I ever see, I feel like is a girl. And any dog I ever see, I always think is a boy. If I don't know the dog's gender, and without lifting up his tail and going like, what's he got? Or what's it got? I do that. I assume male gender, sex, or whatever. And with cats, I always assume female. I go, what's this little pussy's ass fucking queer name? And then I go, oh, it's a... Hector, is it? Oh. Elizondo. I don't know why I picked that name. But, Hector Elizondo. That's my cat, Elizondo. That's my net animal's name. Actually, my next animal's name is... I almost said it out loud, but it would have been gay. Bane. Fuck. I just lost all of its coolness. Damn it. God, I was holding on to that one. I even told my wife, I'm like, next dog we have, I'm naming it Bane. Now that I'm saying it out loud, I'm like, you fucking tool. Alright, well, there goes that name. I'll have to think of something cool like Decepticon. That's gay too. I don't know. I'm filled with nothing but gayness. I'm not really going to have any real cool thoughts. Maybe I need to stop trying. Maybe that's been my biggest problem. Trying to be cool. I do see a lot of posts from people online that are like me when I'm out in public and it shows some like clip of John Wick like walking around, but me in my head, and it's like, and I kind of am like that. And I think that's actually the wrong way to go about it. The older I get, the more I realize I've never seen anybody, maybe I've said this before, but I've never seen anybody on the outs that I've been like, yo, did you see how cool that guy looked? Did you see that guy walk by us? Wow, he must be an assassin. He must be a hitman or just up to cool stuff. Look at that guy. He looks like John. If you saw somebody walking like that in real life, you'd be like, what's your fucking problem, asshole? Why are you so angry? Walking with your fucking face down all fucking angry. It's not attractive. That's not how to lose friends, or that is how to lose friends. That's not how to win friends and influence people. That's how to lose friends and alienate people. Like Simon Pegg. Love you, Simon Pegg. He's another one that's up there with on my like Mount Rushmore of creative film people that I love. And I know some people might find that funny, but Simon Pegg, he rules. Christopher Nolan, he rules. Anyways, so yeah, the older I get, the more I realize, like, I don't think you should walk around like that. I don't think that's conducive to meeting new people or, you know, creating networks or anything. Is walking around like trying to look cool, make it look like I am the baddest motherfucker on the planet. Because I've definitely fucking done that. I'm definitely guilty of that. I can walk somewhere, I'm like, just maintain coolness. And it's like, that is a lot of wasted thought, energy, for no reason. You've never seen anybody been like, look how cool he is. So just be assured that the entire time you're thinking that, no one's ever agreeing with you. Or, you know, it's never a good time to waste. It's never good to waste time thinking about how cool you look, because you never do look cool. I mean, I guess if you're Thor, if you're Hemsworth or Evans or one of them guys, I guess, yeah, you can look cool. But then you also kind of look like a douchebag in real life. You only look cool on film or in pictures. If you see somebody walking around that stands out that much, that's that hot, you're like, look at this fucking asshole. Because there's guys hotter than Evans and all those dudes in real life that you see that they just don't walk around looking like Hollywood celebrities, so you don't fucking go like, you know? I don't know. You haven't seen them act as Thor, but they might be just as sexy. I mean, like this. Look at your boy here now, you know? Tom Cruise. So what? All his teeth are straight. Fuck you. Fuck straight teeth. I look like a beaver. So what? What's it to you? Yeah, I've spent 20 years fucking worrying about it and thinking about fixing it. And I still might. I don't know. Right now, I'm feeling okay about it, and I'd like to make a joke about it. But, so, anyways, I don't know. I'm rambling all over the place. Let's see. What the hell are we doing here? What's been going on? Oh, I've had a pretty good day, week at work, though. I know the other week I was bitching a lot about my boss. And, that's probably not smart, but he's never online, and he's never on anything that would ever see this, so I'm just not too worried about it. And even if it did, I don't know. I'm prepared. I am prepared to face whatever happens. And, but everything's been good these last couple weeks. We've been busy. He's been super chill. He's off my ass. I think he's calmed down about that wreck that happened. That freaked him the fuck out, man. And, because he hasn't said shit to me about my drive-in or nothing. He's been just pretty chill. Besides his usual annoyances, that when he's on my ass about everything else, what fucking like, it makes me boil. But when he doesn't do all the other annoying shit, and it's just his regular annoyances, the good parts about him like almost make up for it. Because he is funny, and he can fuck around, and he's clever, a little childish. He laughs at his own jokes a lot, which I find annoying. And after multiple retellings, he's one of those people that he can tell the joke 100 times, and he'll A, forget that he's told me the joke, and then B, laugh just as hard as when he told me the first time. And when he laughs, it's almost cute, because it's like, he has like a little girl laugh, which again, it's funny. Perspective, frame of mind. When I'm in bad moods, I'm like, I fucking hate it. It makes me want to shove a knife in his head. But then when we're like joking around, laughing, having a good time, I'm just like, you got such a goofy laugh, dude. I don't know. Maybe I'm also just fucking bipolar, wacky, fucking flip-floppy. But I definitely do want to. I need to upgrade because I think I've maxed out on this job. Just realistically, I'm maxed out on this job. So it just makes sense for me to also move on. So Yeah, I'd like to find out doing something that kind of similar to what I'm doing. I need to start like a photography thing. I don't know. I need to get something going, but I definitely need to move on because I don't know. I was going to say I have more bad days than good days, but I guess that's not really true. I actually have way more good days than bad days. Otherwise, I would have quit a long time ago. That's the only thing that's kept me there is that I do have quite a few days where we're like laughing and we're having a good time and everything's flowing. We're working good. We're working hard and everything's just, we just work together seamlessly. He's finishing up doing all his computer shit right as I'm coming on the back end doing all my photo stuff. And then he's finished printing, walking away from the car sometimes right as I'm walking up to the car to link all the photos to it. It's just, God damn, we are like two people having sex. I mean, two hands shaking. We're like two hands from the same person trying to shake each other. That's how well we jive. Sometimes it's like this. It's like, yeah. And then other times it's like, what the fuck are we doing here? What the fuck is this? What the fuck? We had a guy the other day at work that said, state your business to a customer that walked up. It was hilarious. A white guy saying it to a black guy, which sounded really funny. But then they ended up, they knew each other actually. But it was just funny. He was like, he didn't say state your business. I keep saying that. That's what me and my boss joked about. Start your business. He didn't say that. He said, you got business here? You done business here before? I might cut all this out because who fucking cares about this dumbass story? But it was just funny. Start your business. Oh, what's been going on? What's been going on? I was going to talk about my boss a little bit, but fuck it. I'm done on that. We are having a good time together sometimes. And so it makes me hesitant to quit and leave him because he did help me out and I have a bad record, and so it's hard for me to get a job, especially a decent one that would help me take care of my family, and he helped out with that. So I don't want to shit on him 24/7. The man's got some good qualities, damn it, just like we all do, just like a certain painter from Germany. No, I'm just kidding. That's fucked up. I'm gonna delete that because that actually the first part would have been okay, but my response to it, that is not the stuff of popular podcasts. Disappointed with myself. Oh, speaking of podcasts, fuck. I seen Trump is everywhere right now. He is on, not everywhere, but not on MSNBC, not on CNN, none of that kind of shit, but he's on all the podcasts. He did Lex Friedman the other day, which was actually kind of surprising. I thought Lex Friedman would be a little bit too serious for that, for Trump, but I watched the whole thing. I listened to a few of his podcasts. He did one with Theo Vaughn, which again, Theo Vaughn was the first one. And Theo Vaughn, man, little Theo Vaughn, sitting back there like a goddamn Japanese guy wearing little hats, you know what I'm saying? I'd be sitting back there, oh, fucking, come on. Fucking Theo Vaughn, little rat king Theo Vaughn. He fucking interviewed Trump. Like, whoa. That was the first one Trump did that I saw. Well, actually, you know what? I think he did the Full Send podcast or whatever quite a while ago. But it's just kind of weird. Like, that's, I guess, just part of America now. Presidents are just going to do the podcast circuit. It used to be a big deal. I remember when Obama did like the What the Fuck podcast or WTF podcast, with the Mark Maron one. And that was a big deal that a president came down from the mountaintops to do a fucking little lowly ass internet show, which it's funny that podcasts used to be shit on quite a bit. Now it's like that is the medium. Trump running for re-election has done 47 long form interviews. I think, something like that. I don't know. I might have that number wrong. But Kamala's done 0. She did one 18-minute interview. 45-minute interview cut down to an 18-minute interview, which that is a lot. That is a lot of cutting. Me and my wife, we spoke for an hour and 20 minutes the other day, and I'm trying to cut that down to an hour. And I'm probably still bloated. And it's just hard to find like seamless spots. I guess when it's question answer, you could do it. You could just skip questions or just cut her answer off at a certain point and then just go, and then it would make sense that the person just starts asking another question. But fuck, for 40 minutes and she cut it in half. It's like, damn, what were they rambling about? Oh, I don't know. It seems weird if she wins this way. Fuck, we are fucked. Sorry for all the F words. I'm trying to not say it as much. I got my grandparents getting on my ass about it. But, damn. If she wins without running, he already won that way, but we were in the middle of a pandemic. So, okay, whatever. But if she wins this way with barely campaigning and barely speaking in interviews, And this country still elects her after everything, after she was installed. Nobody even chose her. The party claiming about democracy just had their candidate chosen for them. God, could you imagine if that happened to Trump? Just imagine if the Republicans, if Trump wasn't there and, I don't know, Ted Cruz had the majority nomination and they just went, nah, we're going with Trump. I mean, they would be right to call them like totalitarian fascist threats that don't care about the rule of democracy and blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, they just had their candidate chosen for them. And I know it's been stated ad nauseum, so it's kind of, but it wasn't like she was liked. I've stated this before, but it wasn't like she was liked. It wasn't like it was like, oh God, when is it going to be her turn? It was like, oh shit. How did we get her in there? Fuck. Now we're stuck. I kind of feel like the Democrats keep doing this to themselves. They fucked themselves by putting Biden in there because everybody knew that he was a fucking idiot, but they thought he could beat Trump, and which he did, I guess. And so they put him in there, and then his fucking brain starts melting, which it was kind of melting in 2020, but whatever. He didn't campaign. But anyways, he didn't give like any... Anyways, he... So then his brain melts. So now they're stuck with this brain melting man that they have to just keep lying and lying and lying and going, nah, Sharp attack. And then he drops out because it's so fucking obvious his brain is melting that they get stuck with fucking Kamala. I can't remember which fucking one is racist and which one. And can we stop saying racist? Racially insensitive, you can say. I'm going to make a stand on this later. But racist, no. Racially insensitive? Sure. Maybe. Not every racist joke is racist. It can be racially insensitive. Doesn't mean it's racist. There are racist jokes. Don't get me wrong. But anyways. Kamala. They chose her. Why? DEI hire. I mean, sorry. I know that sounds crazy. But she was literally chosen just for her race and gender. We wanted to have the first black female vice president. Bam. They picked her. She was in the primaries. She's well known enough to whatever. It's the vice presidency. Who gives a shit? Matt, put her in there. And then even at that, she fucking sucked. Lowest approval ratings of ever. And then fuck. And then now Biden's brain melts. And they got to go with her. Because they can't not pick her. She's the fucking black female. What, are you going to pick another old white man over the black female? You crazy? We're not that party. We're the party of democracy. We have to install a candidate that they'll all like, that will be okay for them. So they went with her. And then just bam, it just goes heavy. And the thing that gets me is like, you don't want to feel like a kook, but when you see the same word everywhere, like dewormer, when it was Joe Rogan with the ivermectin, or like when you see joy. I remember when I was a kid, I don't remember who was running even, but I remembered gravitas. He has a lot of gravitas. Was it Kerry? I can't remember who it was. Gravitas. And I just don't... Where does that come... Why does everybody repeat the same word? The walls are closing in, walls are closing in, walls are closing in, walls are closing in. I mean, you can see these supercuts of every single news organization saying the exact same word or phrase when talking about the same subject or person or whatever. And it's like, is that a top-down thing? Or is that like it became one said it, maybe the biggest one, like a New York Times or a CNN or MSNBC. And so then the other ones are kind of reacting also to that story. And so they're kind of like, is it gravitas? Does he have gravitas? Does he have this? Does she have joy? She's bringing joy. And it's like, wow, I don't know. With this election, it just seems like it's so obvious that there is a machine. Like, it was always kind of kooky to say that. But then with this, where's Biden? Biden's off just running around, fucking going to beaches and shit. Clearly not running things day to day. Doesn't the president have to do things day to day? Who's doing that now? Is it her? I know other people are saying this too, but it's like, wow. So he doesn't really need to be there. He can skip months at a time, and whatever this system is and this machine that has been built up, we'll just kind of keep the whole thing going and making decisions that should be executive level decisions from the one person that the people chose to make those decisions, right? Party of democracy. You must elect them in, or you risk losing democracy. Like, we are just in such a backwards, fucking upside down world that makes no sense and makes my fucking blood boil sometimes. And when people get so hung up on other issues, and it's like, these are the fucking things you need to be worried about. The actual mechanisms of government. Who's running shit? Is it the corporations? Or is it the people that you voted for? Or did you only vote for those people because the corporations put them in front of your face to see in the first place? I do not know, You know? So, if this girl wins from being the most disliked politician, wasn't chosen by her voters, didn't campaign, didn't do very many interviews except for the one so far, I'll give her, what does she got? A month? 2 months? If she wins this way, we're fucked. Because it means we're picking people that we know, like, are against the whole system, are just, and it's all because of Orange Man bad, I guess. I don't know. It just really is like they don't care. They just want their football team to win. Damn. It's messed up. Anyways, I don't know. I ain't got no more to say about that. That's all I got to say about that right now. I don't know. I ain't seen nothing new about the assassination stuff. I know the latest thing is the gun thing. They got another gun thing to fucking worry about. Another AR-15, which that's another thing I guess I can talk about. My boss constantly says AK-47. And I go, not an AK-47, Ray. And he goes, same thing. And I go, Ray, they're not the same thing. An AR-15 is just a semi-automatic rifle. It's just a rifle. Like any other gun. It's semi-automatic. You have to pull the trigger to fire it, just like every pistol for the most part, except for, some. Most guns are all semi-automatic, just like the AR-15, and a lot of them are of bigger caliber. So, like, this just, it's just so nuts that they make the focus about the gun and not what is happening to the kids that's making them want to massacre people. Can't we fix that? Shouldn't we worry about that? I'm not saying we can fix it, but don't you think we should worry about that? Why do kids want to murder a whole bunch of people? Who knows? I don't know. I mean, kids all used to bring guns to school, and there was none of these, and now guns are not allowed anyway. And I'm not saying like the anti-gun rules are what cause it. I think the gun-free zones are obviously what causes the gun people to choose those spots for sure. But I don't think that's what's causing it anyways. But what is causing these kids to want to massacre people? Why is there zero attention paid to that? And if you say that we need to worry about that, they say that, oh yeah, it's mental health, it's not a gun issue. No, it's not. Like, most gun murders are by people that got them illegally in the streets in the gang cities of Chicago and Baltimore and Philadelphia and D.C., where they have the strictest gun laws. So, gun laws wouldn't stop anything. Okay, you stop making the AR-15. They'll just start using handguns, or they'll start using a different, like, why are we focusing on this one gun? I don't know. It's like if everybody started using Ford Tauruses to drive into crowds, would you focus on the Ford Taurus? Well, the Ford Taurus is a large, heavy car that provides maximum, or they'd pick an SUV probably, Escalades. Why are people choosing the Escalade to drive into crowds? It's because they're huge, they're large. Well, actually, you really want one of those battery cars. Sorry if I'm giving somebody an idea here, but those battery cars, God, you see what they do to guardrails. Woo! That is mass carnage on a crowd. And, so, yeah, what are you going to do? You're going to start saying we can't make heavy cars because they inflict the most damage of any car when someone drives it into a crowd? I don't know. I know, I don't want to be one of those people that just goes like, well, what about that? But, like, what are you going to do? You just, like, the gun is not what made the kid crazy enough to go in there and murder people. He wasn't sitting in his house and the gun was there and he was just like, stop it. No, I don't want to do that. No. Those are fine people in there. I don't want to kill them. Stop it. Fine. That didn't happen. So, what is getting rid of the gun going to do? Oh, they won't have easily access to these weapons. Yeah, they will if they want to. Or they'll have a different method. How many people can you kill if you just start mass stabbing a bunch of people in a crowd or in a classroom? If a kid, I mean, it's got to be, it's a lot. I've seen what they did on London Bridge. So, I don't know. It just seems like there's a lot of focus on a gun when it's like, and they say that you care more about the guns than you do the kids. It's like, no, I just don't think getting rid of the guns is going to help. I would like to help the kids just as much as you. It hurts me just as much as it hurts you. I just don't think making new laws about the guns when we have very clear reasons for why we don't have those laws on guns because of other things that have nothing to do with children. But it's not that we don't care about the children. It just wouldn't fix the children thing. I mean, the biggest shooting, I know this has probably been used a lot, but the biggest shooting in school shooting history was not an AR-15. It was 2 pistols. So, you can do a lot of damage with 2 just semi-automatic guns of any kind. And there's a reason that we are allowed to have guns. Sorry. And most of the people that you meet are gun nuts are not the ones that are doing this kind of crap. So, leave the gun nuts alone, even if they are gun nuts. Half of them are doomsday preppers keeping to themselves in a hole somewhere. Speaking of, actually, one thing that I will say sometimes does happen is you get some of these people smoking meth. Fuck, that is a bad combo. We had one here just the other day in Lake County, Florida, a fucking meth head. One of my buddies. Shout out Joey Gargano. I'll tag you in this, maybe. But his little brother, Stefan Gargano. Sorry, buddy. He got shot. They were raiding a house. They weren't raiding a house. They got called to... This is really crazy. They got called to the house by one of the people there. And under false pretenses, they show up. The cops show up. The front door's open. They walk inside. Immediately start getting unloaded on. The first guy gets shot. Then he's like trapped there. Then because they closed the door and kept him in there. And then even answered the phone to his wife when his wife called the phone. Like scary horror movie shit. And answered the wife's call and said, like, you're the dead man's wife, or fucking something so goddamn horrendously sad that it fucking hurts my heart just to think about it and talk about it, but fuck. And so they did that and had them in there, and then I guess SWAT tried to go in there, which I think was where my buddy's brother Stefan was. He was in the SWAT team that tried to go in, and they just came under heavy fire immediately, and Stefan got shot a bunch of times. The other guy that was trapped in there, he was shot and killed in there. I think they killed him in there, execution style. I don't know that for certain. But just fucking scary shit. And he was in the hospital for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe even longer, until just recently. Just the other day I saw he went home. So that's good. I'm glad he got to go home. I'm glad he's alive. And I'm glad that worked out. But yeah, we had a cop in our town that just got killed by some fucking crazy meth heads that had a bunch of guns in their house. And but I guarantee you half of them guns were illegal, and they weren't NRA members, and they weren't fucking obviously they weren't law-abiding gun owners. They weren't registered in their name, and they didn't do everything that they were supposed to do. They were fucking psycho redneck hillbillies living out in the middle of the woods, smoking meth, probably up for fucking days on end. And then yeah, that's some of the other stuff I heard was that they were clearly under like meth psychosis, thinking that there were demons and that demons were talking to them and telling them to do it and calling them, and the cops were demons and all kinds of wacky shit. And she was a demon or something. I can't remember what it was. She was possessed by a demon. I can't remember. I don't want fucking up my day here. But so yeah, shout out to Stefan Gargano for pulling through, and he's still alive, and he's gonna make it. I wonder if he's gonna go back to being a cop. That'd be crazy. He'd be a fucking bad motherfucker. You don't want to run into that dude again, because that dude ain't scared of shit. He already ain't scared of shit running into houses knowing there's meth heads in there. Got one of his buddies captured, and he fucking went in there full steam. God damn, my boy got balls of steel. Damn, I want to look at him. Damn, he's a fucking boy. I'm just kidding. That's a fucking man right there. So, yeah. One thing that happened the other day to me and my wife that I thought was funny, this is completely out of left field. I'm going to try to change gears here a little bit, brighten the mood up a little bit, is I saw a homeless guy. We were driving away. This was on her birthday day, and we were driving to the pool party, and we saw a homeless guy out begging for money, and a car drove by, and the guy just flung money out his window. and it looked like a $5 bill. He just threw it out the window as he passed by. And I thought, is he an asshole? Because he did give him money, but he did it in such a fucking dickhead way that you're like, oh man, the guy is already standing there begging for money, which I have no sympathy for homeless people to begin with. But the guy is sitting there fucking no dignity with a sign that says like, please give me stuff. And you go, here you filthy fucking animal. Here, pick it up off the street like the dog you are. I don't know. I feel like there's something fucked up about that. Like, you almost better just drive by and not give him the money than degrade him any further than he should, maybe even degrade himself. I don't know. Me and my wife saw that and I was just like, what the fuck was that? Did he just fling the money out the window at the guy? Like, here you are, peasant. Take that. Pick it up out of the mud. I don't know. I just thought that was a real dick move. So that's going to be what I do from now on with homeless people. Nah, I'm not dumb enough to give them fuckers money. If I do anything, my boss did give one a banana the other day, which again, I told you, my boss is a dickhead. Then the other day we pulled up to the thing and the guy just said food. And fuck, did he look pathetic. And so my boss said, here, give him that banana. Which, fuck, I was going to eat that damn banana, but I said, whatever. Give the guy a banana. At least it's not money for crack. Which then I saw the guy run over there and trade the banana for crack. No, I'm just kidding. Guy was running a whole bananas for crack operation. Imagine that. You saw a guy that said, like, bananas. I'll take bananas for food. Why would anybody do that? It's such a dumb... Never mind. Fucking ignore that I said that forever. But, so yeah. I don't remember where I was at. I'm fucking all... Oh, yeah. The homeless guy getting money thrown at him. Also, I was thinking... We're just in the random thoughts section of today's episode. I was thinking that being a homeless person must suck. No, I was thinking that being a celebrity look-alike has got to be ups and downs. It's got to be... You must, like... You get the adulation sometimes when you go places, because I'm sure I see this guy on TikTok that looks exactly like Leonardo DiCaprio, and it's like that dude must get hounded everywhere he goes. Like, oh my god, you look just... He seemed a little bit fatter, and maybe in real life he wouldn't, because cameras can make a face look 2D, and in person, you know, you might see that his face is longer or whatever, or, you know what I mean, it doesn't really look like Leonardo, but on camera it does. And so I was just thinking, but they also, I wonder, getting laid as one of those guys must be really dope, because the whole time you must be feeling like a fucking spy, and you know you can, and then at some point you realize like the hook is in, she's buying it, I can say whatever, and they probably just have a grand old, I mean, like, yeah, I was in Africa feeding all these kids, and I just love it, I love what I do there, and they use that to get laid. But then I was thinking that they also must suffer a little inside. And it's like the liar's paradox or whatever, you know, where like they're telling everybody all this great stuff and it makes them feel good to tell everybody that. But secretly, in their like subconscious or maybe back of their mind, they know that none of it's true. And they're telling themselves that, like, you fucking loser. This is all lies. None of it's true. You're such a fraud piece of shit. And so it like erodes their soul that at night they go back to their normal bed and they lay down and they're like, oh, but you're not Denzel Washington. You're not Leonardo DiCaprio. You're just like everybody else that just happened to be born looking... There is that guy that looks like a Chinese Elon Musk, and I think his name is like a racially insensitive, stereotypical Japanese way of... It's like, Elon Musk, or something like that, because he can't say his name. He's like, hello, my name Elon Musk. And so his name is like Irama or something like that. I can't remember. I'm being insensitive, but that is what it is, something like that. I think he actually got kicked off for being like a copycat or something, because maybe it is a deep fake. They can do them quite well these days. But yeah, so I was just thinking about that, because there's this whole slew of them. I've seen a Jack White one. I've seen the Napoleon Dynamite guy on TikTok. He does lives and shit, but then he does a funny version where he turns all of Napoleon. He does like... He looks exactly like Napoleon Dynamite, kind of a little older, fatter version, which kind of works because it's been 20 years. And he does it as if Napoleon's like a fucking drunk has-been, always passed out, fucking acting like a, what the fuck? I think he actually curses. And, yeah, so that's fun. But again, that's got to get old. So maybe that's just to like make hay while the sun shines, and he's just gonna ride that ship until it hits an iceberg, and then move on to the next things. And we live in a funky world now where kind of anything can become like your niche video series. Like there's this video that I saw online of a guy that walks up a driveway that kind of looks like Sideshow Bob, and he gets to the top of the driveway, and he's clearly like a Facebook Marketplace guy or like a Craigslist type person, and he's just showing up to meet somebody to pick something up or sell something. And he says as much. He's like, "Hey, I'm here to," or "Hello, hi, is hello," and they don't hear him because they're talking. And then the bitch turns around and sees his psycho-looking face, because he does look like a cartoon. He's like tall, skinny. He's got this huge like red-haired fro. He's pale-skinned. He's got like these funny circular sunglasses. He looks like a cartoon character. And he's like, and he just scares the fucking shit out of this lady to where she's like, "Ah!" And then he's like, "I'm sorry." He has his own page on TikTok that says like the driveway guy, and he just makes videos and reaction videos as the driveway guy wearing that exact same thing. And now I don't even know if that's him or if that's just somebody that's entrepreneurial that saw that driveway video and was like, I think I can make that into its own thing. And so now he's got a page that has 250,000 followers, and he's just that guy now. Maybe all these things are all just fads that are going to burn and bright and die. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be here for the long term. I'm just trying to follow what I find entertaining or funny. I'm just trying to be whatever myself on camera and hope that works, and not try to follow any fad or any kind of like, I need to find my niche. My niche is like me reacting to the world and trying to be funny about it and giving you my thoughts. I don't know. It's an old niche, and it's a played up niche, but I'm hoping to be around here in that 10-year time when Rogan starts to fall off finally because he's aging out and they're in need of a new king. And your boy sends the crown, where it is heavy, but I'm willing to take it all. Anyway, wishful thinking. So here we go. This is the beginning of that. So I think that'll be the end of today's episode. I had a few more little random thoughts I was going to go on about, but I think I'm in risk of being walked in on people. I did watch all of the Harry Potters. I forgot to say that. I'm late to that fucking boat. Maybe I'll talk more about that next week. Yeah, I watched all the Harry Potters. I got one more to go, and then I'll give you, not like a long summation. You've all seen the Harry Potters, but I'll just give you my thoughts on what I thought about the Harry Potters, because they actually turned out to be way better than I thought. And because I'd only seen one when I was a kid, and I thought this was junk. But now that I'm older and maybe have more of an appreciation of filmmaking, I don't know, they were actually pretty good. Whatever. Anyways, I'm a gay loser. That's it for episode 21, 22. Not really sure yet. I'll put it together this week and figure it out. And until next week, I'll see you fuckers then. Love y'all. Bye.